5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Am I on drugs? Hey everybody, it's your favorite G.I. Joe podcast show.
Nope.
Oh,
Josh,
sorry.
that's not our podcast.
All right, wrong page. Hold on. Welcome to the Delvin Cox Experience. I'm on a one-man mission. No,
That's not us. It's a fantastic podcast. We love Delvin, but nope, that's not our podcast, Josh.
Okay, it has to be this third one. It
Okay.
can't possibly go further than 3, could it?
No, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah. Welcome to Who Would Win, a show that ignores everything
No,
happening.
Josh!
Oh, Jesus.
Josh!
All right.
No!
I think I might as well I got to throw out the script here. I think I'm just going to have to.
Are Sacrilicious.
Oh, it's that one under S. Cool. Welcome to Sacrilicious with Robin and Snurts, a Simpsons review podcast. I'm your level nerd Snurts, aka Joshua Stearns, and joining me is the equally delightful, always wonderful Robin. Don't have a cow, coward.
Hey, Josh, how are you doing, my friend?
I am doing fine. I have this entire week off, so I've been sloth on the volume, just lazy, playing video games, and trying not to think of the annoying things in life.
I did the same thing over the weekend. It's been a pretty I'd say solidly social summer. In my introverted self needed some time off, and I didn't do a thing this weekend except like stuff around the house. It was great. It was
awesome.
Great. But Josh, I need to rant just a little bit. I think you should time me. We don't want to get too serious on this show, but there's a lot going on.
Do you want 15 seconds or do you want 30 seconds?
Just give me 10 seconds.
Ooh, all right? Very economical. All right. Well, I'm going to start the clock.
Round 1.
Fucking goddamn Kennedy Jr. fucking limiting vaccine access to people is going to kill thousands of fucking people. Got a friend fucking posting on Facebook about
it. You win. Perfect.
All right. Well, that was your 10-second rant. I hope you feel better.
Genocide in Gaza.
I told you. You should have taken 15. Next time, do 15 seconds. 10 is pretty quick.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Forget all that stuff.
That's right, because we're supposed to have some fun with The Simpsons today. And if this is your first episode of Sacrilicious with Robin and the Snurts, here's how it works. One of us will pick an episode of The Simpsons to discuss. We go through the plot, provide questionable impressions, and point out our favorite bits. This time, Robin picked from Season 18, Episode 1, The Mook, the Chef, the Wife, and her Homer. Directed by Michael Marcantel. Written by Bill Odenkirk. First air date of 9/10/2006. Never forget.
That famous day in history. This episode stood out when I was watching the later ones. This is one that I actually saw a while back, and then during the rewatch it came up and I really liked it. And it's funny because we were talking last time and you were like, oh God, that last one was a stinker. This one better be good. And I think it's a phenomenal episode. It stuck with me, and reviewing this, it really is something special.
Yeah, I remember this one because I'm like, okay, which more modern mob one is? I know just based off the title that Fat Tony's going to be there. I'm like, is this the one where he gets shot and Fit Tony takes his place only to become Fat Tony 2.0? No, this is the one with Michael and the poisoning. And so once I saw Michael there, I was like, oh yeah, the Godfather parody and whatnot. And I don't know about you, but Italian mobster movies aren't my favorite. I don't dislike them. I just rarely seek them out. And if they didn't have such a aura or reputation about them as being like these great films, I don't know if I would even give them the shine of day. Because once I do start watching Godfather 1 and 2, especially, like, it is captivating and it does suck you in.
Oh, hell yeah.
But a lot of like the Martin Scorsese stuff, I'm kind of indifferent about.
Well, listen, I think Martin Scorsese gets very masturbatory. The Departed, which was the take on Infernal Affairs, I thought was terrible. I did not enjoy that movie very much at all. The Gangs in New York he did. I think that's just an absolute garbage film.
Really?
Um,
Okay.
but Goodfellas, that's a classic. That's a classic. Really is. And the Godfather series is up there with the best movies ever made. It's in
It,
the echelon,
it's kind of like
except for three, one
yeah,
and
I
two,
haven't seen 3.
not three.
But I've seen Casino and Goodfellas, the first 2 Godfathers. I saw The Irishman. I saw a lot of, The Departed as
Sure.
well.
And what
It's
about
just something I don't like really seek out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
like Stanley Kubrick movies. I recognize that they're great. I recognize they have their part in film history, right? But it's not for me per se. I'd rather honestly just go watch an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie again and see his riveting muscles and blowing things off with the hot babes. But we all have our preferences.
Did you ever read any of the books, like the Puzo books? Any of
Nope.
that stuff? No. Yeah, they're
Nope.
good.
Nice. All right. Well, let's get to our first segment here. Actually, it's our second segment because we had the rant. Now we're going with Robin has scored the Simpsons wiki. I have copy pasted from the halls of Wikipedia Prime, and with our powers combined, we are behind the wiki. Wiki, 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 woo. So usually the behind the wiki segment takes up the first page of my outline.
Mhm.
This takes up like the first paragraph. It is very, very small. We had some guest stars.
Yeah,
Metallica played themselves.
absolutely.
And we got a
Boo.
couple
Fuck
of
Metallica. They sided with fucking Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster serves no purpose in the fucking world. They literally do nothing and charge you fucking twice as much for the ticket. They backed them back in the day when other fucking musician acts were trying to get rid of them. Fucking fuck Metallica. Fuck them and their big fucking asses.
next time we do 30 seconds for the rant. You got a lot on your chest today, sir. We got also a couple of the good old guys from The Sopranos, huh? Yeah. We got Michael, we got
Hey,
Joe,
Joey Pantoliano
Yep. And
and
Michael Imperiolo or
Imperioli.
Imperioli. Yeah, they
Yes.
play Dante Jr. and Dante respectively. So the episode title is a reference to the book The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover.
Who wrote that?
No idea. I didn't click it that far.
I know. I thought it was a movie, and
Oh, is it a movie? Hold
and
on.
I've never seen it. I don't know. We're really good at this research thing, Josh. I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but we're
So
pretty good.
according to the other link in Wikipedia, this is how far we're going, folks. It's a 1989 crime drama art film written and directed by Peter Greenaway.
Interesting.
So yeah, it sounds like a bunch of crap.
I've kind of like vaguely heard of it, but I don't know who Peter Greenaway is. And I studied film.
Well, you also didn't go to
I'm
Harvard like these
Juilliard.
people. So Homer says the greatest mom film of all time was Shark Tale. Have you ever seen this 2004 classic?
I mean, I think I no, actually, you know what? I don't think I've ever seen it. I saw the obviously the Finding Nemo
Right. But
with
that one
the
wasn't like
characters
the
making
Finding Nemo
fun.
wasn't like The Godfather, but apparently Shark Tale
No,
was.
with they have the sharks in it that are like fish are friends, not food.
Sure. Yeah,
That's
that
who
was
was
in
based
Finding
on.
Nemo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. So in the ending of the episode is a heavy reference to The Godfather, including the music. Guest star Michael Imperioli. Oh man, I just screwed up his name again. Imperioli was
Mm-hmm.
chosen for his role as Christopher Moltisanti in The Sopranos, and we hear The Sopranos intro is played when Fat Tony and his crew drive through Springfield. There are Italian relatives rolling over in their grave at my ability to wield their language and their people.
all of that was truly something.
I definitely got my tongue in front of my eye tooth and I couldn't see what I was saying.
Josh has a lisp.
There you go. Did you have anything on your scouring of the Simpsons wiki?
My wiki notes were even shorter than yours. Mine says wiki meh.
Done. Sweet. Moving right along. We get a couch gag that is a few chairs short of a full deck. I don't know. That was bad.
Wow. Wow.
We get
I am
musical
looking
chairs.
for new co-hosts. If anybody out there wants to join me.
My brain is damaged.
All of our brains are damaged after that, Josh. Thanks for the pun.
So we get basically musical chairs, and of course Homer loses out. It just was like season 18, and this was such a ho-hum couch gag. You know,
I
it's like, okay,
have
sure.
written gag, meh.
There wasn't even the couch. It was just chairs.
Yeah.
How was it going to be a couch gag with no couch?
No, they really phoned it in on that one. I agree.
All right, so this whole opening plot is basically Bart being an asshole and Otto having to deal with Bart's stickery.
They're on the school bus,
Yep.
driving to school, and Lisa gets on the bus and she's trying to find a seat, and every seat is taken, but she gets back to Bart and he blocks the only available seat next to him with his skateboard that says evil on it. And so Lisa's upset, and so she runs up to our Otto, and she's like, "Bart won't give me a seat." And we get a great Otto scene.
Otto is pretty funny because he's like,
such a good character.
I could put up with your crap, or I could rock out, or something to that nature, right?
He's like, I could deal with your problem, or I can rock out, but I cannot do both. And then he starts singing "We're an American band," and he rips up the gear shaft.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. I forgot about ripping up the gear shaft.
Playing it, and he starts singing into it like a microphone. He just rips it off the bus. He's really rocking out.
And then Lisa tugs at the little cable of the Walkman.
She's still trying to get his attention.
It goes crashing down, and we get Otto screaming "funk" as it hits the floor.
It's Grand Funk Railroad is who sang the song, the American Band. And you do get the great scene of it falling, and it's a cassette Walkman.
It's a thick cassette too. That was the one where you like had over 2 hours of music on each side.
Oh, absolutely. And it drops, and it just breaks, and like the tape splits apart and starts spitting out everywhere.
Well animated.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I also like how he starts to hear like nature sounds. He's like, "What am I hearing now? Nature? Man, that's the ultimate bring down."
The ultimate bring down. Why was I born? So then we get, that silly piece where like Bart and the kids start singing like, "Oh, we'll sing songs for you." They're like, "Old MacDonald had a fart, 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 fart." It's classic. It is classic, but fart jokes are always fun.
I think we get Otto's first reply that I really like. He's like, "Real songs are about deals with the devil, far off lands, and where you like find smoke in relation to water." But that didn't scream Iron Maiden to me.
Water.
Like that screams Iron Maiden to me. That first part, it's like deals with the devil and far off lands, and I'm like, yeah, let's go, baby.
Smoke on the water, which we know.
And the little shits, the little kids on the bus keep complaining, like little kids do. And we get who's up next?
Martin comes up and he's like, "One of my busmates has purloined my French horn." Yeah. Kearney's like, "Why can't you talk like a dude?"
And then we get Otto just on fire. "Oh, knock it off, Kearney. Where are you still in this school anyway? We were in the 3rd grade together."
I love Kearney goes, "Stupid school doesn't know how to teach me," which is true. It's the problem of public schools, and they don't know how to teach certain disadvantaged neurodivergent people.
Also, he's probably in it for the free lunches, because he's probably on the poorer side of the fence, so he gets school lunches, and it's the only way you can eat as like a 23-year-old.
Well, Nelson has drywall.
Yeah, delicious.
Call back.
Then we get more fart songs, right? The wheels on the bus go fart, 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 fart.
It's not funny. I love how Otto's like, that song is about 90% less funny than you think it is.
Yeah, that is a very adult thing to say to a bunch of school-age children. And also, like, what did you think about the radio bit that it follows?
Oh, he's just trying to drown him out, and he's listening to the various, types of music, on the radio.
Right. Latin fusion,
disco, country western, world music, urban smooth.
I related to Otto so hard during that scene because every time I try to listen to just regular FM radio, I'm like, what is this? Why is that?
I mean,
what's going
I
on.
have it locked down in LA and I have it locked down in Atlanta, but when I go drive to, North Carolina or something like that, and you're driving through several and you're just going through trying to find anything that's not like Christian, hardcore Christian bu- bullshit Bible verses and country music and like Latin salsa is 90%. And then I find a nice R&B slash rap station that I latch onto.
Especially in certain parts of the country too, you will get plenty of Hispanic, Latino type of content out there as well.
Absolutely.
And what always drives me nuts is like I have a very small like palette when it comes to music, so I'm like I kind of want my old '90s, early 2000s K rock stuff, maybe less Limp Bizkit and more System of a Down these days, but that's okay. Anyway, so luck strikes for Otto because we have Metallica broken down on their bus, and he basically is like, "Am I on drugs?" And we're gonna have this clip played right here because we're gonna get this wonderful magical dragon, and the voice acting is superb.
Metallica. Am I on drugs?
Yes, you are. But that really is Metallica. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm late for a gumdrop parade on Fufu Island.
So after his little like hallucinations with his friend who needs to go to Fufu Island, Otto offers the band a ride, and you liked how they replied.
So they're like, "Hey," he's like, "What's up, Metallica? Need a lift?" And they're like, "We don't take rides from strangers."
And then we have a very weird specific thing happen. It's like, we're not strangers, remember this? Metallica rules.
That part is funny. Where Otto's like, "You remember this?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, 1997. Springfield Arena, the row and the seat number."
Yep.
And they're like, "Yeah, dude, when you came out like that, you saved our lives."
Yeah, the one band member goes, "I was about to quit the band when I saw your lighter. You saved me that night." And it's like the most earnest moment we have with Metallica at all. Everything else just kind of goes to shit because Bart ruins the fun by stealing the bus.
I mean, is
And
that ruining the fun, Josh? I
I don't know.
mean, I'm sure Bart had a lot of fun.
That is true. For Otto, the fun is no longer going to be happening because they found a real fan, which is Mole Man, and I have another clip because this is just so perfect. You might as well go back-to-back clips on this one.
Hey, loser, we got a ride from a real fan.
I used to sleep with Lars's grandmother.
Never listen to our music again.
So what do you think, Mole Man?
Mole Man's grandmother, who's apparently a hua.
Yeah, Lars' grandmother was dating Mole Man back in the day. That's kind of funny. And now,
Not dating.
oh, sleeping with.
Right.
I also love how we don't know which Mole Man this is from Professor Frink's lab because we have our running theory that there's many, many Mole Men out there, and we just kind of replace ones as needed. So maybe like back in the day, one of the earlier clones really got it on.
Oh yeah. Liz, we don't know about Lars' grandmother could also be a clone. Josh, I mean,
Yeah, could be clones
think about
everywhere.
it.
Yeah.
We could both be clones.
No.
Josh.
No, because I'm defective.
They would have destroyed us both by now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would have been so dead. There's like Old Yeller that situation real quick. You got it, boss. All right, come here, Josh. Where are we going? What's going on?
So I do love so the next scene we get after Metallica drives off with Mole Man is Bart pulls up to the school in the school bus and like opens it up and he's like, "Bye-bye, take care, watch your step, eat my shorts, have a good one." Like he like buys into this persona, and it's something that Bart does a lot in these situations. Like he drove the bus, he got them there.
Right.
May have hit a moose, but
Very
I
random.
do love that
Very
side of
random.
Bart where when he takes on this sort of responsibility, like he goes and he buys the warehouse for $1. And
I could see
and drives
Bart being a
it.
bus driver and liking it for some weird reason.
I
I
don't know if that would keep his attention long term, but he'd buy into it.
And then we get Otto catches up with Bart, and he
Yeah.
proceeds to do what hundreds of teachers, religious figures, and babysitters wish they did, which is spank Bart Simpson for being a brat.
Spank him, yeah. Did you ever get spanked, Josh, as a kid?
Oh yeah, mom beat my ass all the time.
Yeah. I'm
Like
gonna.
it got a little less once my brother and sister
Wow.
came into it, but there's definitely a
Wow.
few times where it was, more
Yeah.
than just a little tiff to the head.
Mm, mm. You
Times are
let
different.
him
Times
know.
are different.
Skinner walks up and he's like, Otto, are you meting out corporal punishment?
He says something like, "I can't deal with you now. I'm spanking a kid."
He's like, he suspends Otto
With pay.
and with pay. No. And then Skinner's like, hand in your beaded seat cover and your gun. I
We get a
mean,
nice revolver.
it's a little too. I'm not going to rant again. Don't worry. We just let children die all the time. We had another mass shooting the other day, Josh. Did you hear about that? That was pretty cool.
Your 15 seconds were up at the beginning.
I can't help it.
You set your own time limits. So we get a carpool now, and Marge is up first for the carpool. And so I like this little back and forth we have to start it off. And we got, I hope you're happy, Bart. Thanks to your hijinks, I have to drive you and your friends to school. Let me drive. I go through yellow lights. One more crack out of you, young man, and I'll showing everyone your baby pictures. And he immediately shuts up.
You see, because at this point, like, Bart's a driver.
Yeah.
So, like, he's like, I could drive a bus. I could drive this car. Like, no problem. Like,
Well, I forget the specific episode that we watched previously, but he like puts on driving gloves before like backing
right?
up, and he's like, "All right, I got this,"
But but the fact that he's like, getting frustrated, this is all of those of us that drive actually in any town of note like Atlanta and Los Angeles for their traffic. Like, go through the yellow light. Like, don't stop. There's so much traffic. We've all been waiting here 20 minutes. Look, nobody's gonna stop you. The police do it. Go through the fucking yellow light.
I will not condone that. If you do not feel comfortable going through the yellow light, do not go through the yellow light. It's because when you're doing things you're not comfortable with is when you usually fuck up.
Josh, you're wrong. But I love the next stop for the carpool is Millhouse, and he's so excited. He's like, "Carpool! I brought my own car seat. Hey Lisa, it matches your eyes."
So I don't know what modern car seat laws are, but 10 seems a little old to be doing the car seat thing still.
But it's Millhouse, so
Yeah, of course.
he's got years.
We also get a Nelson who's doing a science fair project about throwing rocks at squirrels. The twins, Sherry and Terry. And the last kid to be picked up is Michael, who seems like a strange silent kid. He has like these bags under his eyes that make him look sad.
Yeah.
He's
He's definitely been through the war.
Yeah. And then, so, he gets in and immediately the twins are talking trash behind his back. And Nelson threatens to beat him up for, quote unquote, sitting on his shadow and then not sitting on his shadow because he's too good for it.
I love Nelson there because he's like, "You're sitting on my shadow," and then he's like, he gets off the shadow. He's like, "I'm sorry." And he's like, "Oh, what? You're too good for my shadow."
Classic can't win. You're going to get punched by the bully situation.
So I do love. So Michael, as it turns out, has forgotten his math book, and so Marge is like, "No problem. We're going to go up to the house," and you drive into this big manor. Nelson goes, "Whoa. Your mother must dance at the nicest strip club in town."
Yeah, that's his understanding of how everything works.
Oh, Nelson.
All moms are strippers because my mom's a stripper.
He's got such a good heart, Josh.
Even though like the teachers are women for the most part. Anyway, moving right along. So everything flips. Everything flips. And we get Fat Tony, and he has what does he even tell? He's like, Michael, remember, he does like a little math thing.
My son, here is your book. And never forget, the divisor goes into the dividend.
A very fun math joke there. And I love how Nelson immediately is 180 scared shitless. Please don't have me whacked. I was just kidding around. We're all having fun, right? Huh? Wasn't it fun? Oh, fun is fun. There is no mafia. Columbus Day is better than Christmas. And that is such an Italian thing to say. Columbus Day is better than Christmas. Oh,
Columbus Day was a made-up holiday to try and like pander to Italian Americans back in the day.
And it worked.
Nobody ever liked Columbus. This is exactly right. It really did. But before that, nobody liked Columbus then either. He was a dick. He was a dick. That guy was a dick, dude.
Apparently, it
Um,
was a secret about Michael's dad until today because the whole school
whole
is
school's
now
talking about it now.
aflutter with
He's
rumors and
Fat Tony's son.
whisperings.
Oh my God, it's Fat Tony's son.
We got the Ralph line. Do you want to take this one or should I?
No, you got this one.
His daddy put in bullets in my daddy. My daddy had a potty in a bag.
My daddy had to potty in a bag. We got Willie there, who's mopping up puke. He's like, why did I come in on my day off?
Yeah, it's so
And
wild
he
for him to be
sees
there
him,
on his day off.
he sees him, and he lays down in the puke,
It's so gross.
and he's like, "Walk over me." And the whole time, Michael's really like hates this attention. Like he doesn't want people. He's like carrying the weight of the world, on his shoulders, and he feels really bad that everybody's scared about him. But but Willie's like, "God bless you."
And that also applies to when he's not playing clarinet right in third chair, and we get
Old
Mr. Largo.
old Mr. Largo there. He's like, "Who's doing that?" And it's like Michael. He's like, "Oh, third chair. Now you're first chair. Everything." He's trying to write it out there. He's like, "If you excuse me, I'm brewing tea and I have to go jiggle my bags."
So we're on the launch, and it seems like the only one who's not scared of Michael is Lisa because they sit together.
Jiggle my bags. Sorry, Josh.
They sit together for lunch, and they bond over
Yeah.
being different from their fathers.
Yeah, he's like, "Well, you shouldn't be afraid of me. I'm not like my dad." And Lisa's like, "I understand. I'm not like my dad either." She holds up the paper that says, "Local man thinks wrestling is real." Like, he's on the front page. Like, this guy's a doof.
I like how Michael's like, I understand. He's just.
I understand.
And then we get some great lunch lady Doris moments with the school cafeteria.
Because Lisa
So
bites into a battery.
right, and then we hear Doris yell, "It counts as a vegetable."
And Michael's like, I could cook you a little something because it's, key to the show. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
All I need is some fresh ingredients. And Lisa's like, well, you're not going to find any in here. And Lunch Lady Doris is like opening a can of World War II Navy beans, I think they were.
Beans. Yep.
She opens them up and like these, ghosts come out, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, like circling. And
she's like, yeah, get in the bowl.
Yeah, get in the bowl. It's such a good Doris moment. That is one of her best lines, I think.
And we go from a nice Lunch Lady Doris bits or two to Fat Tony driving up, and we get the classic misdirection.
Not yet.
Yep. Oh,
So
yeah.
there's a whole scene,
correct,
which is the crux of the episode, but we can skip over it.
Yeah, I mean,
no, but so Michael
he picks a bunch of weeds, and then she eats a
and
bee.
he picks dandelion leaves and blackberries and things. And Lisa's like, it's delicious, and that is how we know that he's really a good chef.
Or gardener, one of the two. We're not sure yet.
Or Lisa is just Twitter pated and is like, well, you could be like feeding her dirt, and she'd be like, "This is delicious."
Yeah, there you go.
My fellow legitimate businessmen, do you carry a portly gravitas? Do you find that your stroll has become more of a waddle? Does your saintly mother still encourage you to have second helpings of pasta under threat of death or worse, disappointment? Come down to Fat Tony's Muscle for Hire. Steroid and drugs are free athletic center. Meet our trainers for your little bambinos.
Are your kids not taking advantage of modern life? Do they wallow in a putrid cesspool of opulence? Well, put them on the Bane train. We will break their bodies and their minds.
For the gentleman with an expanding waistline.
Well, you flabby little girly boys need to squeeze the piggy grease out of your fat American bodies. I will make you sweat like a fat person in hot weather. I will make you have muscles so you can crush Mendoza.
And then relax in our Swedish spa.
We will dunk you in the icy water until your body screams for mercy.
Feel your stresses float away. Join us today at Fat Tony's Muscle for Hire. Steroid and drugs are free athletic center. or I will send somebody to your home to drag you down here.
All right, so now we get Fat Tony driving up, and it's the classic misdirections where he says something that's very menacing, but it's like, it's the
He's like,
classic,
we are going for a ride.
by
And
which I
everybody's like,
mean the
"Ah."
carpool. Perhaps we'll get yogurt.
That sounds lovely, actually. Now you say that, I want some frozen yogurt.
Right. Then you
like,
get, now who wants to sleep with the fishes? Because I bought this Finding Nemo bedspread.
There's two Finding Nemo franchise, at least references in this.
Shark Tale and
So,
Finding Nemo, yes.
but the kids are already scared, but they've relaxed. However, then the music starts.
Yeah, the Sopranos music.
Yeah, he's cruising down. He's got that big SUV. He's like cruising.
I always love how he's like,
this morning,
the Caprese family, my arch nemesis in waste management.
Because they're coming behind them. This is the enemy of the episode, the Calabreses, and they're behind them like a Cadillac, and they start like ramming them, and the kids are all freaked out.
And he kindly asked Milhouse to provide a 3-ring binder.
He's like, Milhouse, may I borrow your 3-ring binder? He's like, Garfield or Love Is. He's like, I prefer the cat. He hates Mondays. We all can relate.
And he basically throws it under the car.
This is like a spike thing.
Correct.
Yeah, spikes the tires.
That crashes into, what is it? Baking soda truck, which is followed by a vinegar truck crashing into that.
And it's like, oh no. But then it just kind of fuzzes nicely.
And they're like, Yeah. And then a TNT truck comes out of right field and just blows them all up.
Now, let's listen, Josh. They would have died in that TNT explosion. But they didn't die in the episode. Like they come back.
They must have good health care.
not in America. Not in America they don't, Josh. What about our children, Josh?
So Michael asks if Lisa and her family can come over for dinner, and Marge mentions, I've never seen your wife. And I love this little like back and forth. He's like, sadly, my Anna Marie was whacked by natural causes. It's like, which is just hilarious. And he also mentions how he brings flowers to her grave every Sunday. And Marge is like, flowers every week? I wish I was dead. I really
it's so good the way that she acts, that Kavner acts, and that she's like, oh, I wish I was dead, and it's done so well. I was dying laughing watching that.
I also can imagine, like, not all the time, but every once in a while, Tony and Marge getting together. It's like, let's go to brunch. I know the place with some mimosas.
100%.
We'll hang out. We'll hang out with John.
Absolutely, I love it. I do. I think it's great. Like the two of them definitely get along.
Like they do like a wine and paint afternoon. It's like, I made the 16th chapel. Whatever.
She's like, Fat Tony, why is there blood all over the family?
Yeah, there you go.
Strawberry jam. So this leads us now back to Fat Tony's house. We're immediately at this dinner that they've planned.
Yeah, and Marge is really impressed with the house, but we both liked what Homer said, because he's like, your paintings have brush marks and your statues have wieners. And then Tony is so good because he's like, your words honor my family.
So then they bring out the spaghetti, Josh, and this is like my favorite thing is he goes, in the words of the old country, mangiaro e miei amici. And Homer's like, he's talking like that guy in Fat Albert. Orba Yuba. And Marge's like, Homer. And he's like, and she kicks him in the shit. He's like, Wubba Yuba Duba Dabba. Fat Albert?
I know of it, but I did not watch it.
Mush mouth. This was a language that us 80s kids spoke.
Sure.
If our Delvin Cox, I think, would be number one, probably the Doctor would get this reference.
There you go. No, I know of Fat Albert, and it was a Bill Cosby show, and it had a significant time, but it wasn't on reruns as much as like Scooby-Doo and some of the other Hanna-Barbera crap of that era when I was growing up. So I didn't really follow it too much.
It was Bill Cosby, so maybe we should remember it too.
No, separate the art from the
Like,
artist.
yeah, I can't remember. I don't think it was Mushmouth, but it might have been Mushmouth. It was the kid that had the beanie that came all the way over his eyes. Anyway,
Okay, yeah.
so they have a wonderful meal.
But there's a little problem because Tony's Palm Pilot failed to remind him of a mob sit down tonight.
So one of my favorite things about this episode, Josh, is we get the gangsters who were such good characters, and Louie's like, "Hey, boss, the Calabreses are here for a sit down."
Yeah, I love it too. Like, because Tony, he's like, "Oh, you failed me for the long time. I believe this needs to be hot synced." And then Legs takes the Palm Pilot and shoots it. And he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Hey, I thought you meant hot sync it. You know how it is with us. Everything means kill."
It's the best. It's like, oh, I thought everything means.
Yeah, but it's also similar to like other jokes that they've done before. It's like, you told me you
sure.
slept with the fishes. No, don't tell me. I just ate. Don't tell me anymore. Yeah. All right. So we got another clip coming in here as the mob guys talk with Tony. He's looking weak and whatnot. Meanwhile, Michael is serving a souffle to the Simpsons, and they praise him for his most excellent dessert.
Yeah,
and Lisa encourages him to show his to his father. And there's this great little back and forth between Marge and Bart about her trying to cook a souffle, and we're going to play that now.
Really difficult.
I made souffles.
I've tried to make those, but they always end up as brownies.
You said you meant to make brownies. Any other lies?
That was so funny, right? Like, what other lies are you hiding from me, mother? Like, he gets so like Born Identity, Leslie Nielsen in like Taken. Time is like, what other lies are out there? Very intense.
Homer's like, must be what angels taste like, and he smacks Bart, and he's like, why can't you do anything?
Why can't you do anything?
Yeah, that's always such a dick move when like Homer sees some other kid who's super talented, and it's like, why are you such a piece of shit?
So we get now one of the great, gangster Fat Tony moments is we cut back to the living room with the Calabreses and Fat Tony and their mob, and they're like, so we're at peace once more. Let us indulge in exaggerated displays of affection. And Joey Pants is like, this guy over here, I love him. Get over here.
Oh, look at this guy over here. Look at this guy over here. My brother over here. Hey, you over here.
You're my everything over here. You color my world over here.
Sacrilicious over here.
Sacrilicious over here. Ugh.
Yeah.
And then we get Michael. And so Michael's voice of this is pretty funny part of the episode too. He's like, Papa, I've brought you some dessert.
Oh, almost like Oliver, right? From
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Please, sir, I have some more.
So we get Joey Pantolinato. I mean, he is one of my favorite. He's an actor's actor. Like me and my actor friends back in the day, we love Joey Pants. That's what we call him, Joey Pants. And he does, and him and Michael Imperioli is fantastic too. He's tasted the dessert. He's like, my God, this is like a lap dance for my taste buds.
There you go. Everyone's really impressed until they ask him, hey kid, where'd you boost these souffles from? And he's like, well, actually, I made them. And then everything goes out the window, which is so weird because even in an Italian society, like chefs are revered, especially if they cook well. So it makes no sense whatsoever that they're like, oh, hey, look what we got over here. We got Chef Boyardee. It's like, goddamn.
Papa, I want to be a chef.
Hey, Tony, catch you later. Your kid's got a bright future. Catering your funeral,
Imperioli's going out. He's like, you know what I like? Those little baby hot dogs.
Yeah.
Do they slow down big ones, or they make them different?
And I also love how they waste no time. Literally, a attack helicopter goes up into the open windows on the floor that they're on. And you told me this is from Godfather 3?
It's a scene. They come up in a helicopter and they shoot him from the helicopter. Now, this is like an attack helicopter. This is wild. This is like a Black Hawk with all the trimmings. Yeah, and they've got like the machine guns going through.
It felt like reminiscent to Airwolf for some reason,
Absolutely. 100%.
Or like Or like something like James Bond would have to fight against because like,
Blue Thunder back in
the
the day.
femme
That's an
fatale
80s
is
reference.
in
Yeah.
the helicopter, is trying to blow him up. So we
It's,
don't.
you know what? Michael does tackle Lisa out of the way to the ground,
Yes,
so she didn't. It's very
very
nice of
quick.
him. He is very noble.
Well, and
And
luckily
he's true to
Tony.
himself.
Luckily, Tony will be absolutely fine in about 3 months, but for now, he can't talk, write, or blink.
So they're talking about how, like now, Michael has to become head of the family. And we get Johnny Tightlips.
Love
Now,
Johnny Tightlips. I love Johnny
we
Tightlips
love
so
Johnny
much.
Tightlips. He's like, with Fat Tony doing the morphine mambo, the Calabreses are going to try and put him down for a dirt nap.
We get some other random shit. It's fucking weird.
I love this. Homer's like, dirt nap, eh? And he just cuts to a scene of him and his head is buried in the dirt in the front yard.
So is his ankles. His ankles and head are buried in, and he's like hunched over like a broken candy cane or something like that. Like it's such a weird shape.
And Marge is like, Homer, the house is on fire. Save the children. He's like, sorry, Marge, I can't hear you. Dirt nap.
And this is his fantasy. This is his fantasy. He's like, oh, I can avoid having to save my children from a burning house.
Oh, I love Homer in this. I love Homer.
So real quick too, like one of my favorite scenes with Johnny Tightlips is in another episode where he gets shot, and he's just like, oh, Johnny, what you've been shot? Like he's like, I ain't saying nothing. Well, what should I tell the paramedics? Tell them to go suck a lemon.
Who shot you? I ain't saying.
Yeah, because he was originally introduced, if I'm not mistaken, with Johnny Tightlips versus Jimmy the Squealer, and we had to figure out who is the one.
Is it the rat or the squealer? Something like that. Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, so
Josh, they are like what they're named. But Johnny Tightlips is kind of taking over.
Well, no, Homer and Bart are saying like, "Hey, Michael, if you don't want to take over, we'll fill in for you."
Right, because he's like, "Hey, Michael, you have to take over," and they're like, "You don't want to do that." And of course,
Homer's an expert because he saw Shark Tale.
They're when they get together, Homer and Bart, they're a powerful
Absolutely.
duo.
So we got two clips that are kind of sort of close to each other because they start to shake down, and the boy takes Krusty and the man takes Moe. So we're gonna play the Moe one first.
All right, tap jockey. You owe Fat Tony $50. Cough it up.
Look, mister, I don't got the cash. My clientele, they're all bums. They never pay.
Just get the money.
Homer, the mob is putting the screws on me, see? I ain't getting killed because you won't pay your tab. Now give me $50.
Take it. Just don't hurt me.
He's in this like velour like tracksuit too.
Correct.
Homer is, and like this bright red velour. It's great.
Some chains. Doesn't he have the chains on as well, I believe?
Yeah,
or at least a watch. Yeah.
Oh, he's a total Goomba at this point, And then Bart with the Krusty scene. The thing you don't see is it does not have the money. Bart just turns to the guys and gives them a little nod, and like that's their symbol. Like they know. Like he gives them the go ahead when they beat the stuffing out of him.
And we get some classic Jewish funny words as he's getting his ass kicked too.
My Purim.
Hey, it's Fat Tony's crew. How's the big guy doing? I sent flowers, but you probably didn't get them. Florist. Glug glug.
Krusty, Fat Tony hasn't received his weekly payment for keeping McDonald's and Burger King out of town.
I'm a little short this week. Could I just pay you $5 to keep out Hardee's? Ow, my schnoz, my bottom, my puppet, my connected gazoink.
All right, so these next bit is not as fun as the shakedown bits, so that's unfortunate. But we get basically trucks falling off of trucks is what I call it.
They drive up. Homer drives up in a big truck.
Yeah, like an F-150.
Yeah, like an F-150, exactly. And Marge is like, where'd you get the truck? He's like, oh, it fell off a truck. A truck. And then the truck pulls up
with Bart,
and Bart's in it, and Lisa's like, wait, where'd you get this car carrier? He's like, it fell off of a truck, a truck.
And then you get
giant
like the size of a cruise ship almost, you know what I mean? Like just insane,
carrying a bunch of car carriers.
Yeah,
it's very silly. Very silly.
And in the garage, we see TVs, cases of beer, while Bart, Michael, and Homer and two of the gangsters are playing cards. And we get Flanders walking in. Hidey ho, Maverinos. Immediately, two guns, a bat, a slingshot loaded with a cat, convinces Ned
I
to pay
would
the phone
love
bill
the
he received in
slingshot
air.
with the cat that
It's pretty
Bart's like
funny.
throwing. It would
It's
hurt.
pretty funny.
Like that's
I would definitely pay the phone bill if I saw a slingshot
Yeah,
with a cat.
100%.
It's not worth it. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that's how Goliath was killed by David. Is that he didn't use a rock, he used a cat.
But you're exactly right. So I love Flanders. He's like, I got your phone bill by mistake. I'll just pay it.
And this is when we start to see Michael experiencing Homer and Bart diving into the pits of evil.
Bart's like, Dad, you want me to plug him in the ankle? And he's like, you monster, just cut his Achilles with this knife.
Yeah, and then we get a back and forth where they're kind of like laughing, like,
And they like at first Homer's got a Tommy gun and Bart's got like a board with a nail in it, and then we look back and it's Homer with a missile launcher.
Yeah,
like, and Bart's got a crossbow the whole time. They're just like,
oh yeah, by the way, that's definitely going to be our episode art piece, is that them holding the rocket launcher and crossbow.
They bought in, like they've given their souls over to the mob. Josh, it's too late. Nothing from here can happen that's any good.
Except for Michael's conscious, because he goes, Bart, Mr. Simpson, we're getting out of the bod business right now. Homer is like, but that is the only life I know. I'm sorry, I can't live with myself seeing you this way. Can I still talk with my hands? I'm afraid not. What about my ears? And they do this like weird little thing where his ears go up and down, and he's like, no. You know?
The ears part is weird, but when he goes, can I still talk with my hands?
I love that part. Like, that was pretty funny.
I'm afraid not.
All right, so Michael is going to get for peace by cooking food, because that's what he does.
So
and they're dining at the Simpsons house for some reason.
Calabrese's, he invites the whole crowd over to the Simpsons house.
And he gives up all his territory and power for his safety and the safety of the Simpsons.
The Calabrese's, I love this part, Josh, where they're like, sorry, we can only guarantee we won't hurt them. Yeah, they still got to eat right and exercise. Walk the dog once in a while. He's a furry little fitness machine.
Furry little fitness machine is cute. That is a good sell for someone who's like, no, like you're overweight, get a dog. They're a furry little fitness machine. They'll force you to get out there.
Michael's like, as for me, he goes, actually what he says is, well said.
Yeah.
He's like, as for me, now on, my only business is cooking. And Joey Pants is like, hey, you did the right thing, Mikey. You weren't cut out to be a wise guy, but you got a future in this business. No, he's like,
he looks at Bart and then
Bart.
he goes, this guy over here, this guy over here,
this guy over here. The business. And Bart's like, nah, I'm actually into bootleg DVDs now.
And he has like a hand-drawn Batman Begins cover. It looks so bad. So in the kitchen, Lisa is happy to see Michael living out his dream to be a chef. Marge mentions, and here's another random ass thing, that she can finally stop looking away from what Homer was doing.
Looking the other way, yeah, because he's been murdering and
right.
And
she's just been turning a blind eye, and then she immediately looks at him, and he's shirtless, looking in the mirror and squeezing his bosom together while repeating, "Lady, man, lady, man, lady." Man.
It is
so gross, so fucking weird.
This is quintessential Homer to me. This is Spider Pig level to me. Lady, man, lady, man.
No, I'm not on board. It's so weird. I don't like it. If they did a callback and he was in a push-up bra later or something like that, and he's like, lady, and he puts it off, man, I don't know. But I did not appreciate that joke. But we cut back to the kitchen table, and all the mobsters fall over dead. Homer says it wasn't him. Michael says it's a chef's worst nightmare and declares he will never use this recipe again. Tears it in half. Here's a little tip, Michael. If you're destroying evidence, tear it more than once. Because Lisa picks up the card immediately, and there's obviously an ingredient of poison in addition to spices and meat.
There's only 3 ingredients on it. It's meat, spices, and poison. He's like, I'm never using this again. But I love this. Michael Curley is dying.
Should have been 4 ingredients because the 4th one is love.
Is it?
No, wait.
Yeah, but it tasted good.
They're dying, right? They're dying?
Yeah.
No, then it's not love. It's definitely poison.
No, but you could have made it with love and it tasted delicious, but it's just business, Josh.
Yeah, actually, if I had to go
It's
out
just business.
and I was like poison meatball that tastes like shit or poison meatball that tastes really good, I'm going for the really good
Delicious.
one every time.
Yeah, absolutely. But I love as Michael Imperioli's character is dying. He's like, I want to be buried next to my wife under the bridge in Jersey.
Yep, very mobster thing. Hey, you. Yeah, you's over there. Yeah, you's. You seem like a hungry person with a partner that can't cook over here. Their idea of pasta sauce comes in a Heinz 57 bottle. Done of. Steak is tough as Johnny Tightlips. I like that guy. And chicken farm, I hate to say it, God bless my soul, drier than my guma's hoo-ha. Well, instead of committing domestic abuse again, you numbskull, why don't Jews try Little Michael's Little Italy? Listen to what these caffoons had to say.
I love Little Michael's Little Italy. I'd eat there every day. I do eat there every day. Every meal. 6 meals a day. Despite my doctor's cholesterol warning and my high blood pressure, hypertension. Oh.
And how about this satisfied patron over here?
I'll eat whatever you want. Just bring back my daughter, please. Lenny says that meatball sub is the best in Springfield.
You was thinking about going to another restaurant? Forget about it. Instead, come to Little Michael's Little Italy. We're all family here. Lisa and Michael, I don't know why Lisa's with Michael, to be honest, but they're there and they go back to Tony's house.
The story, Josh, is like she's making him come out of his shell and become himself. You know, he's always lived in the threat of his father.
Or is she? Because we basically get the ending of the first Godfather here.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa is like, so, how come Michael didn't say it was an accident when talking to Tony?
Setting up the scene real quick is they're at the home. Yep. That Tony is resting now in his bed. He's talking to Michael. He's like, well done, my son. In making peace with our enemies, you were able to take them down. Perhaps you and I are not so different after all. And Michael in his sweet little voice goes, Papa, I'm just glad you're okay. Now get some rest. And that's when Lisa says, why don't you just tell him it was an accident?
Yeah. And then
it was an accident.
Cold shouldering her at this point, and we get the music start playing, right?
It was an accident, right, Michael?
Don't ever ask me about my business, Lisa. And then the doors close, just like in The Godfather. But we get a little twist because the doors open and we see them playing with cars.
And they're playing cars.
And then we get the classic Godfather music, which I love. The soundtrack may be my favorite part of the whole movie.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Is just you have the violin playing or whatever, and you have you hear vroom, 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 vroom,
over it like there's
yeah.
Because that's his business. Don't ever ask me about my business, Lisa. His business is playing cars.
Robin, do you hear that sound?
What's that, Josh?
Well, you know what time it is. It's the Crusty Brand Seal of Approval! Woo! Woo! Well, sir, you picked the episode. You get to go first. What are your final thoughts on Krusty Score?
Well, as I said, you said this one better be good, and it really is. I find it Schwartzwelder-esque. It's joke after joke. The writing is great. The animation is great. The bits with Metallica, although fuck them, Otto, Doris, Homer and Bart, and especially the gangsters. We get such a good episode of all the gangsters. You know, Louie, like, I thought you meant to whack it, you know? A friggin' genius. I was going to give it a 4, but I have to give it a 5.
Excellent.
I think this is a must-watch episode.
I couldn't disagree more. The Mook, the chef, the wife and her Homer is another mob-heavy episode of The Simpsons. The creators always do a great job mimicking the mannerisms and tropes in gangster shows and movies. They can also get the guest stars now, so that's cool, I guess. Unfortunately, we've seen this done in previous episodes, and this latest one doesn't really add anything unique. The opening plot with Otto and Metallica was okay. The funniest bits were a magic dragon and mole man banging one of the band members' grandma. just cracks me up.
Mm.
And the randomness just didn't stop there. The World War II bingos, Bart and Homer laughing with various weapons, Homer pushing his tits together, etc., etc. Add to that the standard Italian mobster jokes, and you have a ho-hum episode, in my opinion, and I'm giving it a 2 out of 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The
I
mobster
was
stuff
surprised you
didn't.
didn't give it a 1. I
The
mean,
mobster.
you're pretty
No.
hardcore on that. Where's the 1? You
Yeah,
wussed out on the 1, didn't you?
because it's not as bad as the Departed. Like, I did laugh. You know what I mean? Like, but it's a 2.
Oh my
I just,
god, that caught me
it
off
just,
guard, and that killed me.
it's just so random overall, and it doesn't really feel like any of the bits are together. Like, usually there's callbacks. Like, where's my fish tacos, bro? Fish tacos. You know, it just, and it seems just rely way too heavily on the mobster tropes, and they just don't hit.
Didn't you give that one a 3 though?
Which one?
Tacos, man.
No, I gave that a 2 as well, but that's because it was, no, I gave that one a 3. Brick Like Me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was right.
Yeah, because it's too much like the
yeah.
Lego movie. But anyway, that's okay. Oh no, I gave it a 2. You gave it a 3. Yeah, I'm back to back 2s, baby. Time to go take a number 2.
Oh dear.
All right, well, that's a wrap for Sacrilicious with Robin and Snurts. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please do all the cliche things, the liking, the following, the commenting, or just tell a friend. We are currently on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. My Snurts shoutouts are Laziness. So I really enjoyed Gears of War Reloaded on PS5, and it was very interesting seeing an Xbox logo when I started the game on my Sony PlayStation. So we're in the future, baby. Fuck the console war. Give me all the games. I also played Shinobi Art of the Vengeance, and that is a beautiful hand-drawn game that is very much reminiscent to the old game of Sega from back in the day. So if you like side-scrolling ninja action with good combat, beautiful art design, and fun level design, Shinobi Art of the Vengeance is great. And then we have Happy Birthday, Mom! She'll be 76 on 9/11. Never forget.
Happy birthday, and never forget your birthday.
I can never forget my mom's birthday on 9/11.
Or the lives lost in the Middle East afterwards, where we used as an excuse to go fucking rape an entire fucking peninsula of fucking their oil and kill hundreds of thousands of innocent people when we lost, like, what, 2,500? Like, come on.
45 seconds. You definitely need 45 seconds to get it all out. But as always, there's Dr. Moxford, the raddest fan of them all.
The doctor.
Do you want to hear more from your old pal Snurts? Then check out the PlayStation Experience on your podcast platform of choice. I can also be found on most of the things at Lord_Snurts. Robin, any more rants, outros, plugs, things?
As you know, I've been unemployed for too long now. It's a very weird market. I know some of our listeners, our millions and millions of listeners, know what I'm talking about. And I want to give a special shout out to my family and friends that have been helping me in this time, try and find that great new work to do. T-Bass, McCall, Brianna, Kat, my sister-in-law, Mary Lee, and everyone else do that. It's so much appreciated. And just what you need when dealing with, this weird job market we're in.
Absolutely. A quick tip from your good old pal: don't wear the vodka shirt for the Zoom interview.
I'm wearing a Tito's shirt I got at a bar in the middle of nowhere, Louisiana, one night on my way to New Orleans.
I know, it's just funny because, like, you're talking like, I'm looking for work, and you're wearing the vodka shirt. It just made me laugh. It seems like a very Homer-esque thing to do. No, of course, dude. Look, I'm wearing an armpit-stained Who Would Win shirt.
Top.
Come on,
like
I get it.
Yeah, it's like our pajama top,
exactly.
which I do typically wear in my work.
Anyway, good luck with the job search, man. I know that's been something that's been weighing on you, and hopefully you can find it soon. Anything else you want to plug, or are we closing this bad boy out?
That's it.
All right, our goal is to get the next episode out on September 21st. I picked My Sports from season 30. Hopefully this one doesn't suck either, and I can get over a 2 for one of these episodes. I don't mind watching them, but man, it's a little bit more of a drag when you don't love it as much. You
just have bad taste, Josh, is what it is.
That is absolutely true. And Robin, why don't you hit me with that sweet, sweet quote?
Let us indulge in exaggerated displays of affection. This guy, I love him. Get over here. My brother, over here. You're my everything over here. You colored my world over here. Over here, over here.
So until next time, folks, smell you later, true believers. Over here!
Over here. Bye over here.
Ah,
See yous.
Robin! Managula!
Hey,
Hey, over
Josh,
here!
Magula,
Oh, I
Frenchies
want some
and
lasagna!
lasagna, risotto
Yeah!
pasta, Taco Bell.
It's a me, a stereotype.
Am I on drugs?
The gazoink!
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.